Hey, my loves, and welcome to another space that we share. Today, I want to talk to you about the problem with transcendental spirituality. So, please let me know, like comments, and let me know in the chat if you have studied or experienced spirituality, if you have had your spiritual awakening and all kinds of stuff like that. And if you know what I mean when I'm talking about transcendental spirituality. What I mean is a perspective on spirituality where we are transcending all aspects of the physical self, meaning we are transcending the ego, we are transcending desires, we are transcending fears, we are transcending attachments to whatever it is in this physical form. So it's becoming the witness and becoming the observer of our reality without any attachment to outcomes, results, or preferences. And this is what I want to talk to you about today. I've been there. I've been pretty much there, all Alan Watts and all kind of that stuff. Ram Dass, all of that. I've studied really deeply Buddhism and philosophy and spirituality in many different lenses, especially in Tantra. Not in the sensual tantra that most people share nowadays, but actual meditative transcendental tantra. And after many years studying that and diving deep into that, I have also realized that, again, first of all, there is no right or wrong way to experience our spirituality. It's just the way we experience being alive on earth in a body and what we think about it, and that it's also okay if that changes from time to time. And there came a point, a phase in my life where I felt that transcendence by itself, just simply transcendence, was not, at least for me, the way to go. That there was more for me to experience, that there was more for me to live, that there was more for me to learn and enjoy and experience. So, if we are transcending everything, that means that we are detaching from the ego. So I do not have any preferences and I'm just observing whatever it is going on in my experience. I am simply present awareness. But if I am simply and only present awareness, then that means that I might not develop things that we as humans might need, which are desires and preferences and discernment and choices and boundaries. So, with all the transcendental spirituality that I've experienced and learned, there are all these pieces missing. And only when I started to come down to physicality and to accept and enjoy and get to know my ego, my personality, my human, only when I started doing that, I started seeing things shift in my reality, where I felt better. Things started happening. You could say that things started manifesting and I started attracting things that made my ego, my personality, my human really happy. Also, there was this other problem that I saw with transcendental tantra and spirituality, which was like a lack of boundaries. So if I'm simply observing and accepting everything, then whatever people do onto me, I just accept and I just observe. And I don't have any preferences, any discernment, or any opinion, or any choice, right? Because I simply observe and I simply accept. Of course, I'm sharing this in a very rough and clear and like strong way. Of course, there are nuances to this, and there are other ways to experience and learn from transcendence. But for me, it came to a point in my life where I'm like, I don't think I'm only here as a human to transcend being a human. Like, what? Like, yes, maybe I have had lifetimes, who knows, just meditating on a mountain or somewhere, just transcending and observing and witnessing and loving the experience of the collective and just loving everything and accepting everything and all of that. But at least in this lifetime, I don't think that's why I'm here. Okay? And also that that's okay. That there is no right or wrong way to experience our spirituality. Like, what is that? No, that we all get to experience what it means for us to be human in our own unique way. That we don't need to judge other people's perspectives of spirituality. And if we do judge, then that's also okay, because that's also there. But that we get to discern like what resonates and what doesn't. And for me, it was like, yeah, I don't think that my purpose in this lifetime is to simply meditate all day in a mountain somewhere and just witness everything and be loving awareness. Actually, I feel like entering this personality, this ego, this human persona, and to play it, right? Because just transcending and just witnessing and observing, it's like you're literally just watching things happening. It's like your body moves by itself and things are just happening. But when we get like inside our bodies and inside our personalities and our egos, then we realize that we have choices and we have preferences and we have even judgments and we have things that we want and things we don't want. We have like choice, right? So I can discern for myself if this is something that I want to experience or if this is a boundary that I'm placing and that I want to make a different choice. And I feel also, you know, like with the state of the world, like we're all going through so much collectively, like humanity. And I feel it's really important for us to be in our bodies, for us to be in our egos, for us to be in our personalities. And yes, to observe and transcend all that's happening, but at the same time to take responsibility, to ground down in our bodies and in our personalities so that we can start making a difference on earth. So can you imagine if, for example, the government was made of people that were just meditating? What would then happen? When, like, yes, that would have its benefits and all of that, but how would we make decisions as a collective with this person prefers to eat this diet and this person prefers this diet and this person is monogamous and the other is polyamorous and the other one is a he, she, they, whatever, and the other is a super feminine woman, like whatever it is. Like if spiritual people were in the government, how would we make decisions and choices? And how would we literally govern and hold space for all the different perspectives, but also like have some kind of structure so that we can all live together in harmony? Because if spiritual people, if people who are awake and conscious and all of that are simply meditating or simply transcending the human experience, I don't know, but I feel that we need a few of us who are actually grounded right here, right now, that can make difficult decisions and choices for ourselves and for the rest of us. I don't feel that spirituality is just about, oh, this is all an illusion and we are all one and let's transcend it. I am you and you are me and blah, blah, blah. You know, because a lot of toxic things and a lot of darkness also happens when we are in that state. Because if I am you and you are me, then like we can hurt each other because, oh, it's all an illusion, and like you're me and I'm you, and like, you know, and there's a lot of like narcissism and pain and darkness and horrible things that can happen through that transcendence. But when we actually ground down and we are like, no, like this is not okay for me, I am going a different way, I'm making a different choice, that changes things, right? So whether you have been very deep in your spiritual awakening or you're just starting, I also want to inspire each one of us to live our spirituality in our own unique way. Yes, we are always learning from each other, right? Even you being here with me and watching this, you are like learning and observing some of the informations and insights that I'm sharing, but you also have the power and the discernment to let go if some things that I'm saying don't resonate for you right now. And that's okay. And that's beautiful. And that's necessary that we have discernment. So this is kind of what was in my mind, and it's something that is on my mind a lot because I was very deep on the other ends and in the other, which is paradoxical and funny, in the other polarity of transcendence and acceptance and no ego, no judgment, no desires. And now it's like, oh, it's actually good to desire. It's actually good to know what I want and know what I don't want, and to have preferences and to make different choices and to learn from them, and to learn myself as a human in my individuality and learn how others are as well. Holding space for all of it, always, but also seeing what is my preference and what resonates for me. Knowing that I don't need to take in other people's perspectives or other people's way of living spirituality, but that I can have my own sense of what that means for me. And that can also change from moment to moment, from phase to phase. So yes, we are always learning because especially nowadays we are always consuming information, right? With social media, with television, with the internet, we're literally always consuming information, even if it's books or whatever. We're always consuming information that came from someone else. We're consuming information and experiences and thoughts and perspectives that come from someone else. So it's very important that we also learn to discern and to see what resonates for us. What is my opinion? What is your opinion? What do you think? Not what you have read, not what the spiritual teachers and gurus tell you, but what is your experience? What is your perspective? What do you think? What do you feel? What is your truth? And again, it's not to say that some truth is better than the other, but what is yours and what is mine? And knowing that and living that, I feel that that's very important. So if any of you needed to hear this message right now, thank you for listening. I just felt called like going live and talking about this. And if you're watching this in the replay on YouTube or on Instagram, then I really just want to reflect that you do have all the permission and all the power and all the everything to choose for yourself and to make different choices and to change your mind and to live spirituality, to live life your own way. Yeah, whatever that means for you. Because also with transcendence, it's like, why would we come to earth to just transcend being on earth? Like, why would we be humans? Why would we become humans if we are just supposed to transcend what it is to be human? Right? I'm like, No, I actually want to live this life, this experience. This is what I wanted to share with you today. And I think I'm gonna leave it at that. If you have any more curiosities or questions or perspectives that you would like to share it in the comments. I always love witnessing other people's perspectives and seeing like where we agree, where maybe we disagree, and just sparkling a conscious conversation, you know? Yeah. So I'm sending you all so many blessings and so much love, and I will see you on the next one as always.